Blockheads. Today I am on my way to, I'm gonna give you guys a guess. I mean, I feel like based on where I'm at right now, headed in the direction that I'm headed with the videos that I have out that I say I'm headed to, and I'm in this area, you guys should probably know. The first one, if somebody guesses correctly, I will wave at somebody in the next video, at some random person. So if you guessed that I'm on my way to the garage, you guessed right. And I will wave at somebody. I'm more than willing to bet one of you guys guessed that, because I'm always on my way to the damn garage. And this is pretty awesome. There's like minimal traffic. It's Saturday. The weather is amazing. And yeah, it's actually the Black Saturday? I don't know. What do you call the Saturday after Black Friday? Post Black Friday? Anyways, yeah, it's a Saturday after Thanksgiving. And awesome, because there's like, look at this. There's hardly any traffic. Amazing! Oh, something happened to the tire. And they got a flat, which brings up, I ended up getting a flat not too long ago in my car, and I discovered after that, like I just bought this car maybe like a year ago, you know, I hadn't gotten a flat since, and so I ended up getting this flat, and I discovered that they don't provide you with anything anymore in new cars to like jack up the car or take off the wheel. So instead nowadays they give you this little air pump thing that'll basically inflate it, and then there's also like this fix-a-flat stuff that they give you as well, that I guess if it's a big enough hole, like it'll somewhat seal it. So whenever you're stuck on the side of the road like that, if you have a blowout, like, you know, you're like the tire rips or something like that, if it's not just like a little tiny hole, you're kind of screwed. You know, what are you supposed to do in that situation if all they give you nowadays, they don't even give you a spare, they just give you that fix-a-flat and like air compressor inflator thing. The car that I had before that, it came with like a little scissor jack and a spare tire and like a lug wrench, which was awesome. It was like a, you know, a nice little package. But on this new car that I got, and it's actually not even like a super new car. I bought it used. It's a 2013. Actually, it's funny. I got a 2013 car and I got a 2013 iron. Buying used, man, it saves you money. So yeah, like on that 2013, all they give you is that little inflator thing. So whenever I got that flat tire, I was debating using it, but I remembered reading a while back that if you use that stuff that basically seals the inside of your tire, like fix-a-flat, that it actually ends up ruining the tire. And so what I did is I went out and I bought a hydraulic jack, I bought some jack stands, I bought a lug wrench. So that shit doesn't come with the car anymore. You just gotta go out and you just gotta buy it. It's up to you. So I went out and I bought all that stuff. Still didn't have a spare tire, but I ended up taking the tire off, and I took Mrs. Blockhead's car and I went to Costco, and they were able to patch it for me for like 10 bucks. I think it was like 11 bucks, but still, awesome price. So yeah, they were able to patch it for me, but while I was there, I asked the mechanic, the guy that was basically in charge of the tire center, what would have been the result had I used that fix-a-flat stuff and then brought the tire in to basically be repaired. What he said is that stuff's basically to use if you're like in an emergency and you're like a ways away from places, that you use that and then you drive to go get the tire fixed. But when I was asking him if that stuff actually ruined the tire, he said yes. He said that sometimes it'll even get to the point where, like, since it's like a sticky adhesive, it gets on the wheel, like the inside of the rim, and it'll cause the rim to be unbalanced. And then if it gets specifically on one part of that tire, it'll also cause that tire that you put it in to become unbalanced. Nice blinker, bro. And so he said if it ends up drying in one spot, which he said it usually always does, that you will never be able to balance that wheel again, and it's pretty much just trashed. And so you have to basically buy a brand new wheel. And so wheels for my car are like 170 bucks. So that kind of sucks. So I'm glad I went the route that I did. I think I paid like $50 for like the jack stands and the hydraulic jack and the lug wrench. And then like $11 for the, to get the tire patched. And so I still saved money and I got some tools out of it. I previously had a hydraulic jack and jack stands and lug wrenches and all that good stuff, but between moving a couple times, I honestly have no idea what happened to them. They're somewhere, but I don't know where. So yeah, I'm on the way to the garage today. I've got the backpack on. Ugh, I can't even pull it up. You can see the flap. But I've got my jacket on, so that little flap isn't whipping me in the sides. It doesn't hurt. Jacket perk. Yeah, so I'm on the way to the garage to fix a couple of the wires that I ended up tucking, just because they're hanging a little close to the engine. So I'm gonna, you know, pull the tank up again, adjust some of the wiring. I actually have yet to finish the wire tuck coil ignition relocation video, so I'll get some footage to finish that up. So yeah, I'm gonna fix that and do another mod as well that I have, which is relocating the gauge or the speedometer, whatever you want to call it. I'm relocating it to the left side, and then I'm installing a Joker machine handlebar clamp. So basically this one is metal all the way around. It has the gauge built into it, so I'm going to do away with this one, and then I'm installing one that basically just ends right here, and it has the spots for the indicator lights, or the lights here in it still. So I'll still have my indicator lights here, but then the gauge will be mounted on the left side. I was kind of wanting to keep it center mounted, and there's a couple ways of doing that. Roland Sands Design has one that's like a cafe style, but just the mount for it is like $200 something. And so, well, that's kind of crazy. And then in addition to that, if you want to keep your indicator lights, you have to buy their own little indicator light strip, which curves around the bottom of it. So basically, instead of the gauge being like this, it's more like this, laid down. You have to remove the brow for the headlight, and like I was saying, you also have to buy their LED lights to keep your indicator lights. So I went a much cheaper route, and if I don't like it, I'm really not out that much, because the side mount that I got is from Autometer. Is that a pair of shorts? It's weird. Yeah, the side mount that I got is from Autometer, and it was like 17 bucks off of Amazon with Prime shipping. The top clamp with a little cutout for the indicator lights was like 60 bucks off of Revzilla. So yeah, that's what we're installing today. And I know with the Roland Sands one, you had to splice a couple wires and basically like rewire it a little bit, I believe. I was looking through the instructions and it seemed like you had to. But with this one, it's pretty much just unplugging these, like the back of the wiring harness, and then removing the gauge out of this one, and just kind of swapping them over, running the wires to the side. So I'm going to have the tank up anyways, so that'll be easy peasy. So yeah, hopefully it should be a pretty quick install, and it'll lower the profile of the bike a little bit. A couple people asked me previously if I was going to change out the bars. To be honest, I think once I get rid of this, like the bars is going to be the highest thing. I might go a little higher with the tank lift just so it's like a little more even. Maybe like another inch or half it. Yeah, probably about another inch. Just so it's the profile of the bike is like even, straightforward. Like the bars are going to be even with the tank. So I don't know. We'll see. We will see in due time. Freaking mod bug, man. Anyways, no real subject matter on this one. I've got a couple of them that are like that. I think it's just, I don't know, I gotta come up with a name for these ones where like there's no focus on subject matter. You know, like Walt Terrific does. He's got Finally Friday, or, you know, Moto Mumble, and maybe I'll come up with something. I know I did Random Rambles. Maybe I'll title this one a Random Rambles. That is a big inflatable dog, yo. One of these days I'm gonna pull over and I'm gonna take a picture of the bike in front of that Sally's House of Beauty, because it's so ugly that it's gonna make my bike look awesome. I mean, the bike looks awesome anyways, but you know what I'm saying. It's like two girls hanging out and one of them's ugly, so it makes the other one look prettier. You know, girls do that, right? They have like that one friend. Guys call it the grenade. So if there's like a group of them, you've got one guy that dives on the grenade to open up the door for his other friend. Terrible stuff. That's some shallow shit. I ain't all about that. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up there. Thanks for riding along with me, guys. Appreciate it. If you guys have been enjoying the content, be sure to hit that subscribe button down there if you're not subscribed already. And go ahead and hit that like button as well if you enjoyed it. Be sure to check out the Instagram. As always, it's going pretty well. Thank you guys also, as always, for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. Until next time, you guys ride safe, stay vigilant, and I will catch y'all later. Deuces.